Hey, what's up guys? Cool here. It's time for another weekly patch notes and news video. We don't have a whole lot to cover today, but we do have a pretty big, pretty substantial patch. But we'll jump right in and get started with the patch notes. The first thing is the Amerish revamp. They implemented the LATA system. They did a performance pass. They separated the facility satellites into independent outposts. They added 9 brand new outposts. They updated, polished, and or reconstructed every outpost on the continent. They added the multi-cap point amp station at Sungray, so Sungray is now going to be like a Zervin or a Frere. They improved roads throughout the map for easier travel, something I'm very excited about because Amerish was a huge pain in the ass to travel with ground vehicles. And then they updated the resource rewards to maintain resource clusters on the updated Amerish continent. They increased major facility resource rewards on Amerish from 30 to 50. So when you log in today, when the servers finally come up, Amerish should look quite differently. And now it's going to be on par with both Indar and Esmir with the LATA system and all that. So this is a pretty good patch, pretty substantial patch. I haven't actually logged in and downloaded it yet, but I've heard it's rather large, and you could imagine with the revamp to Amerish that there's going to be, a quite substantial amount of stuff you have to download there. So if you have slow internet, you're going to want to start this as soon as possible. Next, we have some balancing to go over, and the first one here is actually exactly what I was talking about yesterday in my rant and my killing time with Kool-Aid. And this is actually, to me, more of a bug fix, but whatever. The fact that it's on here is a good thing. Hopefully they actually come through and fix this. And what I'm talking about is all infiltrator cloaks now become less visible at a faster rate after sprinting. This is especially noticeable when transitioning from sprinting to crouching. So the big gripe that I had with the patch, or one of the big gripes that I had with the patch or the infiltrator update, was that Stalker Cloak wasn't entering a deep cloak state after sprinting for 5 to 10 seconds, and this is supposed to be fixing that. So hopefully this works out. This will make Stalker Cloak a little more desirable. And then the other balance fixes are the Hunter QCX normal bolt damage adjustments. They've increased the minimum damage range from 30 to 35 meters, increased the maximum damage range from 50 to 60 meters, and this makes the bolt a consistent 2-shot kill against full nanoweave targets for up to 40 meters. So a slight adjustment there, shouldn't be too big a deal. And then the Hunter QCX explosive bolt has also had its damage adjusted. Minimum damage range increased from 20 to 30 meters, and max damage range increased from 40 to 50 meters. And it says this makes the bolt a consistent 8-shot kill against stock maxes for up to 40 meters. I've played around with the explosive bolts. I've tried killing maxes with them. Unless you're really, really clever, really careful, or the max is already heavily damaged, it usually ends in a massive failure. But it's nice that they're adjusting the crossbow a little bit already, because a lot of people are pretty underwhelmed with the crossbow. And then lastly, for the patch notes, we do have some bug fixes. There's not a lot, so I'll just go over these real quickly. The Hunter QCX crossbow can now be trialed. They fixed audio not playing when reloading an empty Hunter QCX crossbow, corrected the look of the Stargazer when camo is applied, fixed an issue where the damage from flying over an enemy's spawn room would sometimes persist. Camo should now apply to all vehicle cosmetic attachments. All bolt-action sniper rifles will now play the reload animation when they are empty. That's something that I'm kind of excited about because it's not a big deal, but it was kind of annoying. And then, of course, they have some client crash fixes and some server optimization stuff. So that's all for the patch notes this week. Very small in terms of notes, but you're going to see a very big change to Amerish. As far as news go, I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. I did watch through the command center. There wasn't a lot mentioned in there that I really need to talk about. If you guys want to watch command center and missed it live, I will leave a link to this because it can be kind of hard to find. They don't post it on YouTube for a couple weeks after it goes live. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. Also, I did want to mention that Kamikaze 78 has a great new crossbow review up that he posted up I think yesterday or today, and it's a really good review. I'm not going to be getting to my review or my thoughts on the crossbow probably until next week, so I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. Go ahead and check that out. It's a really good video. The last thing I want to mention as far as Planetside news is there is somewhat of a new stats site. It's actually stats.dasanfall.com. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's DASANFALL. And I'll leave a link to this in the description as well. Now, this is a really in-depth stats site. And I typically don't care too much about stats. The one thing that I like to look at a lot is accuracy. And this actually breaks down your weapon accuracy of each weapon and compares it to the rest of the Planetside 2 community. So for that reason, I do like this website. I use it out. It has some funny stuff in there as well, so it's worth checking out. And then also, if you guys haven't seen or heard of the recursion overlay, it's something that its Murda uses when streaming. I actually don't use it, and I'm not sure if I will, but it's another kind of real-time stat tracker that you can actually use in game. It's perfectly legal. It's not violating any policy agreement or anything like that. I'll leave a link to their website as well. You can check it out. It's just kind of a cool overlay that goes on your screen while you're actually playing game. But that's pretty much all I have as far as Planetside 2 news. The last thing I want to talk about is future channel related stuff. First of all, the game Titanfall is coming out very soon. I didn't play in the beta. I did watch a lot of beta footage. Currently, I do not plan on buying the game, but that might change in a couple weeks depending on how many friends I actually have playing it. I would like to hear your thoughts on whether or not you would actually like to see Titanfall gameplay on my channel. Now, if I do buy the game, chances are there is going to be a little bit, and how much there is probably going to be determined on how much you guys want to see. But that really boils down to whether or not I actually buy the game when it comes out. The other game that I want to talk about that will become, or actually not necessarily will be coming to my channel, but a game that I will be playing and I'm currently playing in closed beta is WildStar. It's an MMORPG, and even though you guys really only see me play first-person shooters, I actually really do like MMORPGs. I got into WoW for a really long time. I played Warhammer for a really long time. I even played Rift, Ion, Guild Wars 2, stuff like that. But the one that I've really been looking forward to is WildStar, and so far in closed beta, I can't talk too much about it because of the NDA and blah blah blah, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a really cool game. It is somewhat of a clone of other RPGs, but at the same time it offers a lot of new unique stuff, and it's just a really fun game to play. So I don't know how much of that will actually be coming to my channel, because I really have never posted MMORPG type footage before, or at least not in depth, but I am going to be playing that game, so I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on that game as well, whether or not you'll be playing it, stuff like that. So anyways guys, that is all I have for today. As always, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Visual on hostile